Bang, welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world. I am joined today with two UFN GOATs in the lightweight champion right now, Hayder Khudhair, and featherweight, right?
Featherweight, yes.
Apologies. Featherweight champion, Hayder Khudhair. Congratulations, first and foremost.
Thank you.
And then up-and-coming lightweight champion, Armin.
Hopefully.
Thank you for joining me today, boys.
No worries, my pleasure.
So we're just talking a little bit before about just the mentality of ATT.
Yeah.
That you guys just breed fucking soldiers.
Yeah, bro. And I think it shows in every fight, every time we fight, you know. And yeah, bro. There's a lot of people. I don't know. We see how we go. I might drop a few names.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a lot of people that decline a lot of fights. They say no to a lot of fights, and we're still amateurs, you know. Yeah. They shouldn't be saying no, or I'll fight this guy, or I'll fight this guy, you know.
Yeah.
And like you say, you know, ATT, us, we'll fight anyone, anytime.
So I think what really shocked me just about that was, because we're talking a little bit off air, was that I didn't realize amateurs in particular were so like precious about who they fought. Literally. I mean, I look at you boys and I know that you'll both fight fucking anyone that you want.
100%.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you gotta like look at it as well. We're still amateurs, you know, and even if you have a loss, take the good from the bad, you know. That's what Ashkan always tells us. He goes, you know, take the good from the bad.
Yeah.
Why did you lose? Go work on it, you know. Don't sit there and pick your fights, bro. Like, you know, make it to the big leagues, you know, and then when you can pick your fights, go pick your fights. No one gives a fuck. You're in the big leagues.
Yeah, 100. So why don't we rewind a little bit before we kind of got into the position that we're in right now, where you guys have both just been able to dominate the league in the way that you have.
Yeah.
Why did you start fighting?
Bro, honestly, I was like literally bored at home. My parents went overseas and I was bored at home. I was walking down the street and I seen a poster. It says it's like, you know, all that fighting bullshit, new gym opening up. So I gave him a call and I went. I was like, fuck, like, you know, I like this. And bro, since then, been fucking stuck, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very addicting.
Literally,
it's
bro.
Very addicting.
You know, you do it yourself now. You started training as well, and you know.
Yeah, but not nearly to the capacity that you guys are. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah, but
say that's a
eventually,
fair
you know,
comparison.
Eventually, I reckon, you know, one day probably, you know, just like, fuck, I'm actually stuck to this, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm hooked for sure.
Yeah.
After my first training session with Fahud, I was like, you know, because Fahud in particular really breaks you down and really makes you suffer while you're sparring, you know. And he doesn't do it maliciously. He doesn't try to hurt you, but he very much so likes to let you know that, hey, you've got a lot to learn here. You've got a lot to learn here, and I'm going to be the guy that teaches you. And I remember like leaving that first session, I was like, fuck, like that was so bad, but like I was hooked straight away. I had to fight. I was like, I need to go back and like prove that, hey, no, I can fucking do this.
And I will learn, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's good. And I think it teaches you, like, you know, once you get there, you spar and you realize you're not that good, but like, fuck, I have a lot to learn, you know. Yeah, so I think that's one thing that takes me back to the gym.
How about you, Amin? How did you fall in love with the fight game?
I guess my mates were just in the gym all the time, and they always told me come around, you know, come to the gym. Got in there, had nothing to do, so I just started training, and I liked it, you know, and it just got addicting. You know, you get a little bit better, and then you're like, fuck, I want to get even more better. And then, you know, someone's better than you, you look at them like, fuck, I want to be better than him.
Yeah.
And then you beat that person and you look at someone else like, fuck, I want to be better than him.
It's a real ladder.
You just keep going.
Yeah, but you didn't necessarily start in MMA though.
Nah, boxing.
Yeah,
when I was 18.
Which is very different.
Yeah, bro. Boxing is just drill the same shit every day. And hopefully, you know, you got good people behind you, you'll get somewhere.
Did you compete in boxing as well?
I couldn't. I had 3 fights lined up, 66 kilos. First one, the paperwork didn't go through. That's what they tell me. Second one.
On your end or on your opponent's end?
No, and no one's end. Like, you know,
oh, it just didn't happen.
Yeah, you know.
Fuck.
Second one, opponent pulled out. And then third one, someone. So when you're 0-3, you can only fight other 0-3 people in boxing, amateur.
Well,
Right.
Is that like a rule or something?
Yeah, so like, you know, so it's beginners versus each other.
Yeah.
So 0 to 3 can verse each other. Someone was like 5-6 fights in. I can't verse them, right? But their opponent pulled out. So we threw my name in, and they still didn't take the fight. So that would have been my third amateur fight.
As O&O.
Yeah, as O&O.
Fuck.
But there's nothing out there about me or anything. So I was just like, let's see how picky people are.
Yeah.
It's not like he would have been afraid or nothing, because there's nothing out there. There's no Instagram. Or,
Yeah, you're just a name on a sheet.
Yeah. So people are that picky. No, I don't want to fight an O&O.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro. That's boxing.
Are there enough amateur boxers in Australia to do that?
So you should go on Instagram. Everyone's an amateur boxer. Yeah, but none of them will fight.
Right.
Yeah, they'll train for a bit, and then that's
They
it.
call themselves a fighter.
Hit the bag for a bit, get some nice photos,
Yeah.
and then I'm a fighter.
The
Bro.
one that kills me is the pad work ones.
Yeah.
The boys that are just good on pads.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot of
come on.
fighters. They look good on pads, You jump in the cage or ring.
Yeah, exactly. They get hit, they don't feel good.
Yeah, who was it that said that? That boxing's all fun and games until the bag punches back.
No, it's until you get hit back,
Yeah.
something like that.
Something
Mike
along those
Tyson?
lines. Was it Tyson?
I think so.
Sure,
What a
it's something like
goat.
this.
What a goat. Fucking Mike Tyson, huh? So you both, started you started when you were 18.
Yeah.
Hayder, how old were you?
I started a bit younger.
Bit younger?
Yeah, I started kickboxing. I started probably 16.
16.
Yeah.
And was there a
16,
moment for you, off the bat, did you go, okay, I want to compete, I want to do this? Or was there a moment where you're like, okay, I'm a fighter now?
Nah, I was just training just because I like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then 6 months in, and then my kickboxing trainer comes, he goes, "Do you want to fight?" I was like, "What's that? What do you mean, do you want to fight?" I swear, I remember
What's that?
Yeah, and he goes in the ring and that. I was like, "Yeah, I'll fight."
Yeah.
I went, bro. I got bashed.
Really?
My first fight, I got bashed, bro. I was embarrassed, and then I was like, "Fuck."
What happened?
all right.
What went
Bro,
wrong?
I was just so nervous.
Right.
I went in there and I froze. I didn't throw much, and I was like, "Fuck." I liked it, and I was like, "But fuck, I gotta be super good, to actually come back and fight."
Mm.
So I reckon that even I had my first fight, I lost. I didn't get turned off from it. I'd be like, "Fuck!" Now I want to go back and prove everyone wrong that I can fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, you need to be able to take those losses
Yeah.
on the chin and just run with that momentum.
You can't get it. You can't let it get to your head.
I think that's what happens to a lot of pros, man, is when they get accustomed to winning and they don't lose in a while. It's very rare that you'll find a fighter that can be on a winning streak and keep that same kind of passion and drive and momentum. That's very rare.
It is rare, but it's hard to take a loss,
Yeah.
Especially if you could have done better. It hurts. If you're a fighter, you know. If you know.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
And what about for you? I mean, when did you kind of realize that you were serious about this? Because, you did all this boxing training,
Yeah.
couldn't get a fight.
Yeah.
And then...
I was just in there to train. I didn't really care about fighting.
Yeah.
I was
Is
just
that-
in.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, I was just in there to train.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about. I wasn't even thinking about fighting. I was just trying to stay in the gym.
Mm.
If I as many hours as I can put in there, I'm happy. I just didn't want to leave the gym, so I stayed there. But you keep staying there eventually, and then when I came to ATT, straight away, bro, 3
But
months
why
in.
not? Why not something like weightlifting or soccer or
Well, I've done
basketball?
those.
You did?
Yes, I played soccer from always,
Yeah.
and then 16, 17, 18, I started lifting weights because I was a stick.
Really?
I was a stick.
You got a good frame on you, man. I find that
skinny.
hard to believe.
Yeah, bro. If anyone who knows me from school knows was this big, and then I started lifting weights a bit, and then that just got boring. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? I'm just big. And then one of my mates, I sparred him in his front yard, and he fucked me up, and I was big, and I'm like, what the fuck? So he's like, come to the gym. Finally got there.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions about fighting that drives me insane is when, especially at weigh-ins or something, people just go, oh, he looks better, he's going to win the fight.
Yeah.
It's like, nah,
Doesn't
that's
matter.
not how this works.
It's technique, has a lot to it. Fighting has a lot to it. Just not. Oh, you know what? Body does matter. Height, reach.
Yeah.
Does matter, but
But you can't train height, you can't
Yeah.
train reach. Sure, you can stretch and do yoga and whatever, but you're kind of bound by your physical limitations
right.
as well.
Sure.
I think what really makes a good fighter in that sense is the ability to play into your build that you've got, right? So you're obviously a lot taller. You've got a lot more range than what most people would. So and what I've noticed from your fights is that you really know how to come forward and press, but keep that range right there. You know, you're always dangerous, which is so important for someone of your frame.
Yeah, and I have to, like you say, you know, how I keep my range. I have to keep my range, otherwise I would be get taken down, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, where if it was a striking fight, I reckon I'd just be forward on that lead leg.
Yeah. In saying that, have you ever considered, because like, I know Darwin, for example, right, had a boxing fight just on the tail end of COVID. They did like a huge event, and Jacinta Austin boxed there as well and had an amazing performance. Darwin boxed, and unfortunately he didn't get the W.
Yeah.
Disputable.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Disputable.
Yeah, he won the punch on, but not the fight.
Yeah. But have you ever considered like going into that boxing world or anything like that?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I told my trainers not long ago, I was like, would you ever give me a boxing fight? They said, yeah, we will. I'm actually keen to fight boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at it, you know, even money-wise, it has more money, you know.
Does it?
You know? Yeah, way more. Boxing has, millions compared to us. They get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, but isn't that just like the top percent?
Yeah, but eventually, you know. Yeah, but even go look at top UFC fighters. You know, they're still getting paid decent money, you know, but nothing compared to boxing.
I saw recently that, you know that British guy, I think he's British, Paddy Gimblett?
Yes.
He recently fought one, and he's a big draw card. I don't know really where he came up out of. Like, just one day he was on my Instagram feed and everyone fucking loved him.
Yeah.
And anyways, people go and buy fights for him, 100%. You know, because he's a character and he's a big name and he's a draw card. And he got paid like 12 and 12 to fight, you know, which is at the UFC level.
It's not much.
Yeah,
it's not much.
For the damage you're taking, you know. So, but you obviously can see he doesn't, you know, he's not doing it for the money. He's probably, you know, of course he's doing it for money, but like he loves it at the same time as well.
Yeah.
So the money doesn't, you know, like, okay, I'll deal with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a shame, man. It's a shame. And, you know, I've had this conversation with Suman as well about fighter pay, and, you know, just that because MMA is such a young sport and it's still being developed and the sponsors are still coming and the, you know, like obviously once you make it into the UFC, it's the best possible option for you, right? Money wise. Yeah. You know, you could make an argument that ONE FC or Bellator might treat you well as well. But I think for an up and coming fighter that really wants to like make a statement in the MMA scene, it has to be the UFC, 100%. Right? Like,
it's the biggest promotion.
It's the biggest promotion.
Yeah.
It's
no promotion bigger than it.
No, absolutely not. And so for, you know, up and coming fighters, like 12 and 12 might be the best case scenario for you.
Yeah.
But
that's a startup, yeah.
Yeah, to start up. But once you've kind of been able to draw the crowd and sell the tickets, like, I don't know, I just think there should be more on that up end.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like, you know, I was telling you, boxing has so much money compared to it. Like, if you get there, like, you know, having a good record as petty, you know, going into UFC and you're fighting, you know, in a world stage, minimum you get paid millions of dollars, you know. Like, George Converses.
Yeah, they make big money. All of the boxers make big money. And someone's making big money. It's not the fighter.
It's Daddy Dana.
Yeah,
he's making it.
Because you got to talk to him, you know. You got
to be his friends.
Yeah,
we love you, Dana. Shout out Dana.
Pay us.
Send us contract.
What the fuck?
So you have an incredible ability to draw the crowd in. I've never seen anything like it at an urban fight night. Everyone's doing the gorilla chant, which is crazy. How does it go?
Because I'm not doing it.
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know. My first urban was 27, so not the recent one, the one before.
Doing a park?
No, I think it was Orion.
Hurts? No?
Yeah, I think so. We fought the same night.
Yeah, you guys fought. It was like 25 fights.
Oh, that was your first fight?
That was my first UFN live. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to make of it. But as soon as you started fighting, the crowd just became electric.
That's hectic.
How did you do that? How did you?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I just walk, do my thing, and the boys just start going crazy. Like, you know, they G you up, and like. They pull, you know, one of the boys from the gym, Alex, you know, I think Alex and Ash, they gave me the name King Kong. And then when the
Where
boys...
did that come from?
they just made it up.
Right.
It's just the way he fights, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He charges you, you're like a gorilla. He
Yeah.
doesn't care.
It does suit you.
Yeah,
It
I
does
like
suit
it.
you.
At first, I was like, oh, I don't know, Shada, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then it grows on you, and you're like, oh, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go crazy.
And now you've got the whole crowd going like, fucking that. That's wild, bro.
Yeah, it's hectic.
Well, you're an entertaining fighter. I think that's what it is, and people
Appreciate
remember you.
That's hectic.
How important is it having that ATT community around you? Because the thing I find about training there is that it's not just a gym, but it's like it's the boys.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
everyone's like, everyone hangs out and everyone really gets along with each other. And the sparring sessions are tough and they're brutal, but they really fuck with each other on like a personal level. It's family.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, even today, I didn't even train today, you know, I just went past the gym, you know, see the boys.
Yeah.
Say hi to them, you know. Sat with them for a bit, you know, I just left. Like, I'd have to be there just to train, you know.
Yeah.
But like, part of the family, you know, I'll go see them as well.
We're with the boys more than with our family. Bro, we're there
That's true.
every day.
Yeah.
We go home every day too, but you know.
Yeah, but still, like it's your escape from the world, and
Yeah.
if you can turn that into a career, like that's a fucking amazing thing.
Yeah, bro, 100%. That's my happy place. Especially, you know, our spot.
Yeah, we have some spots, you know.
Well, yeah, what goes down at the spots?
Yeah.
Just kick back.
You just kick back, huh?
Yeah.
Just kick back, talk about fighting and shit, you
What
know.
happens there stays there.
Yeah.
Literally.
I want to know where this spot is now.
Oh, one day, you know, remind me when I see you at the gym and I'll
Yeah.
take you there.
So we'll go to your belt now. Congratulations,
Thank
first
you,
and
thank
foremost.
you.
Defended your title. How's it feel?
Wow. Yeah, that feels good, you know? Like, bro, you'll feel horrible losing your title, you know? Especially that. Yeah. So it feels good.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. But like, it must have been such a surreal moment for you. You know, like you obviously knew that you were good and you knew that you could fight, and that you obviously go into fight every fight thinking that like, this is it, I'm going to win.
Yeah, 100%.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to get in that one with that mentality, you know? You can't think going there, you know, you're not sure about yourself. No. Of course, sometimes you're going to have them doubts, but you got to fight through them.
Yeah, but once you got validated, like once you had that belt wrapped around you and like this is yours, this is concrete, like this
Yeah.
is real, like all the training, all the hours that you put in, all those tough sparring sessions where you're like, fuck this, you know, where you finally get that validation of the belt, like that must have been such a big moment for you.
Yeah, it is. And like, in giving you that title, it becomes like more stress on you, more pressure on you.
Really?
Yeah, because you're on a loser, you know, you work so hard to get it, and then you can't, you know, you can't just give it out like this, because you know how much work you have done for you to get that title. So I reckon it just put more like, stress on you.
Right.
But sometimes you can use it for you, or you can use that stress against you, you know?
Do you think there's a target on your back now?
Bro, whoever, whenever, like, I don't really care, you know? Like, I'm not, bro, like, you know, like, I don't know, man, like,
They won't say it
whenever,
out
yeah.
loud.
No.
Yeah, like, I haven't heard nothing, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be harder to get a fight now?
Nah,
Now
I hope
that you've
not,
been-
man. Like, I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because, you know, you've obviously dominated and, you know, won quite convincingly. I think, you know, for a lot of people in your division, they kind of look at that and go, oh.
Man, fuck, like, you know, I work my ass off, nothing comes with, you know, nothing gets handed to you, so, yeah, like, I don't even see why they shouldn't fight, you know, it's amateur, like, bro, if you're gonna make it somewhere, no one's gonna fucking look at you fighting bums. At the end of the day, you gotta step out in there, you know, and do your thing. You can't just pick your fights.
Yeah.
So, fuck, I hope I can get a fight, you know?
I think you will. I think you will. But yeah, it's just interesting, like, because Urban has like this huge pool of fighters, right? Like from gyms all over Australia. Like you've got Team Perosh and you've got ATT and you've got a list of like other gyms, right? Like there's this whole range of fighters that possibly could be, but it's not like there's thousands of MMA fighters either.
Yeah,
And once you start breaking it down to like weight divisions and whatnot, like it, you know, and then you get into situations like Cez was in a couple of weeks ago where, you know, he breaks his foot or injures his foot and then he has to pull out of a fight, you know, completely, you know, not on his own accord,
Yeah,
like it just happens. It's a tough gig, the matchmaking side of it. as well. It's a very tough gig.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
But man, like, there's a lot of fighters like in Brisbane, you know, but most of them don't want to come over here. Like,
Are you talking about the Eternal? Eternal boys?
Yeah, Eternal boys, 100%. You know, like when I'm on, we've been there. You know, we've been there every time. You know, we get a call up, we go.
Yeah.
But like, I don't see why other fighters from there they don't come. You know, to Sydney. You know, and like Urban Fight Night is one of the biggest shows here in Australia as well. One of the biggest shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't see it. Why don't they come down and fight? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of fighters, but I don't know.
How did you find it fighting on it? You fought on Eternal cards,
Yeah,
right?
I
How did
fought
you
it.
find it fighting
That
on
was
those?
pretty good, man.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty good. Yeah, nothing too crazy, you know. Yeah. What do you think?
Me?
You've been there.
It was big. It was big and everything. It was nice. It was a good show.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people there.
But honestly, the cage was fucking rubbish, bro.
Why?
The cage is so small.
Oh yeah, it was
like
all
the
slippery
size
and
of
shit
this
the way
room.
we went.
What?
It was all slippery.
Yeah.
How
the
can you have a
cage.
slippery cage?
Yeah, the fighters were falling over
Bro,
inside the
go
cage.
and watch Josh's fight. He was the main event on that card. Go watch it. After he was the last fight. So a lot of fighters had their sweat on it. You know, a lot of blood.
Yeah.
So watch the fight and see how much they were slipping the
But
fighters.
it's a joke. Like that shouldn't happen. All right, fuck. You want to be a little bit
Seems
slippery?
pretty easy to take care of, right?
Yeah, you can have a little bit of slipping. All right, cool. But they were slipping like 2-3 meters. They would
it was
they would
pretty
stop, slip. Yeah, like the fuck you meant to do is
As a
happen.
striker, that would be so fucking frustrating.
Yeah, we literally see Josh, like, he didn't even move. Like, Josh, he moves a lot in his fights. You know, he's very smooth and he moves a lot. In that fight, he did not move. Every time he moves, he would slip. Every time he moved, he would slip. Yeah, it was fucking, it was so...
The Eternal has a cage like that. Like, bro, you think you guys fix it, guys? What's wrong
Eternal,
with
get
this?
your shit together. What's going on up there?
Yeah,
Nah, besides that, they're good.
Yeah.
You know, just that fucking cage brain is fucking tiny.
They've got some great fighters on there.
Nah, they do.
I saw Caleb Rideout recently won, I think his third consecutive fight now, and he's calling out for the strap. Jacinta, again, had a really dominant fight. I think she's going for the strap now as well. Like, there's some good cards on there.
100%, bro.
Good cards on there. I think just as a whole, you know, like in Australia in particular, we can't turn this into a promotion against promotion kind of setup because the MMA scene in Australia is still so young and, you know, it's been around for 10, 15, 20 years, of course, but get the limelight that it's getting now, the attention that it's getting now, the content that's not being built just from the sport, but the content that's being built around the sport now. And there's more journalists, there's more podcasts, there's more interviews, there's more going into it
right.
now.
Yeah.
And
Growing.
it's growing so fast, but I think the worst thing this can turn into is, you know, fuck your promotion. I'm not fighting on this card. I'm not fighting here. I'm only fighting with these. Like,
we're not like that. We fight any
sure,
promotion anywhere. We don't care.
yeah.
But there's people out there who kind of have that mindset.
What do you think that is?
There's more to it. Like, they're probably scared, you know, so they'll stay where they can stay comfortable, you know?
They're probably scared.
Yeah, because
you never know.
if they're staying in one place all the time and they're not going to go nowhere else to fight other people, well, they're more comfortable there, they can control more there. But if you're happy to go wherever you want, fight anyone, just shows you don't care, you know?
Yeah.
You test yourself every time,
That's a fact.
not just stay in your own backyard. Like Hayder fought in Canberra, Queensland.
You fought in Canberra?
Yeah.
They fights out in Canberra?
Yeah, storm damage.
Ah. What was that like?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
The boys made it even better.
Yeah, it's hectic.
Canberra trip's nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but Canberra's actually like a really fucking nice area.
Yeah, it's very quiet though.
It is
Like
quiet,
very, very quiet.
but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Honestly, I actually had like a lot of fun there in Canberra.
Canberra, yeah, it was
It was so good.
Yeah, I went recently for a catering event for Chorizo Chasers. And I was just like, fuck, like I don't want to go to Canberra. It's gonna suck. There's nothing going on there. Like I've been once, like for a school excursion. I was just like go to Parliament House and get out, like that kind of shit. And I genuinely had like a really good time. I was surprised by firstly the amount of diversity that's there. There's like people from all different fucking cultures there.
Yeah.
It's got like a real scene. There's a real scene in Canberra.
Nah, Canberra's actually hectic. Like it's very quiet, you know. It's not like in Sydney. Yeah, Sydney's
Nah.
too hectic.
Too many hits.
Sydney's
Way
too
too many
hectic.
Yeah,
hits.
it's too much. Yeah, like went there and actually end up even after my fight, I stayed there extra 2 days.
Right.
I was like, well, I'm enjoying this. Let me stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's where are your ambitions with MMA? Where do you want to take this?
Obviously, to the top, you know.
UFC?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like I didn't start just to be amateur or just to be pro. Like, of course, I'm trying to make it to the, you know, to the top.
Have you mapped out like your way of getting there? Have you thought much about your strategy going forward?
I have people that's doing it for me. I have my head coaches. You know, they have my career in their hands.
Right.
Yeah, and they direct me in the right path.
So you must have a lot of trust. I'm assuming you're talking about
100%,
Ash and
I fucking
Suman
trust
and
them with my
Alex.
life.
Yeah.
And pretty much my career is my life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, they're doing a pretty good job, man.
Oh,
You can
absolutely.
see, you know?
Listen, you have the fucking strap. Obviously, they're doing a good job.
100%.
Yeah, but I think as well having, Ash and Suman and Alex have all competed in the UFC and had runs in there. It's like so important for up and coming fighters in the Australian top team gym. It's like that these guys have done it to a certain degree. Sure. Not that they were welterweight champions of the world or whatever, but like the fact that they even just got their foot in the door and were able to compete on the biggest show in the fucking world, like that's not something to undermine ever.
Not at all.
Like the amount of fucking fights you have to go through and the amount of you have to do, that must be like so compelling for you guys, and just like you must have so much respect for them.
Bro, honestly, lucky to have boys like this around us.
Wow.
Like, bro, how much do we call them through our camps?
Bro, we do Ash's heading.
Really?
2 a.m. I call Ash. Whenever. I'll call him at any time. If I have any problem, I'll call him,
What are you calling him about it?
Oh no, the 2 a.m. one was before my last fight, the weigh-ins. Like, I was vomiting, trying to cut the weight down.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I told my brother, call Ash. So I gave him my phone, called him. I'm like, bro, I need to drink something, Like, I'm dying, guys, help me out. He told me what I can drink, fixed it up. But like, that's the type of stuff we call each other about. Anything. Like
vomiting on a weight cut.
Yeah. That's not that bad. The boys have gone through worse.
What's the roughest weight cut you've had to do?
Fuck. I reckon my last time was tough.
Which one?
The last fight I had.
The most recent fight?
Yeah, the recent one.
Why?
Bro, like, because I knew I was fighting a big opponent, so I didn't want to lose so much of mass weight. I was like, you know what, I'll just lose a lot of water weight. And I just fucking went to the sauna, bro, twice. And I usually just go once. This time, I woke up the weight of the weigh-in.
So what do you walk at?
I walk around 74.
Right, okay. So it's not a huge cut for you.
I'm not huge, but and I'm not big as well. Like, I'm very lean. So it'll be hard for me to cut, That's 9 kilos. Yeah. I reckon I've done a lot of sauna weight, like a lot of water weight, and I just feel like, didn't feel the best.
Well, I cut a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cut a lot of weight. I'm a fat cunt. But I walk around, if I don't watch my food, I walk around 82, 83.
Really?
Right now I'm 78, so like this is me.
You're 78 now?
Yeah. Just watching my food a bit,
How much do I weigh?
78, because we're gonna get a scale. But if I eat what I want and do whatever I want, 84, 83, I walk around that.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I'm not even a 70 kilo fighter. Like, you see the people I fight, I'm pretty short compared to them.
Yeah.
66. Of course, look how tall he is, but hopefully they're a bit slimmer,
Yeah, the weight cutting one is weird though. Like the fact that you're throwing up, you're like that's dark.
Yeah, but that's because I try to rush it, Like you have so much time to prepare for it, and you get lazy and you push it up. I'll do it next week. But you can't do that with your body, because your body will be like, nah, bro, we're not losing the weight, because it's staying. And then you force it, you're vomiting.
Well, Darwin recently ran into that issue. He was scheduled to fight as the main event up against Michael Barber at the most recent UFN event, and I was really looking forward to it, and a lot of people were like, it was a big draw card.
It's mad watching Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin's an excellent fighter, and he's a veteran. Like how old is he now? He's like 35, 36. Like he's in that range.
Maybe younger.
Can we find out?
32, 31.
The guy looks...
no
disrespect, Darwin. Can we find out Darwin Cigaret's age?
Maybe 20. We help him out, cuz. Let's see what we can do for him.
But like he's been fighting a lot. That was my point. He's familiar with this sport, and unfortunately he had a really heavy weight cut and had was it liver or kidney issues?
How do you spell that?
DARWIN.
We were with him that day.
You're with him?
Yeah, I was with him that day, actually.
Not me.
Yeah, I was with him in the sauna, and I was cutting weight for
Darwin
the
here.
because they were going to weigh in on Thursday, and I was going to do my weigh in on Friday.
Yeah.
So, I said, what, I'll come with you as well, lose a bit of weight, and then whatever I have, I'll lose it tomorrow. So we end up going to the sauna, and then Darwin, you started seeing him, like, he's not young, he's old. He can't fake his pain. And bro, he was screaming so much from his stomach,
Screaming.
like literally screaming in so much pain. I was like, fuck. Like I couldn't even stay there and watch. You know, I just left. I was like, fuck. You know, the boys around him would take care of him. Yeah, but I seen him. He was a very bad state. Bro.
It can get bad sometimes.
I mean, look, we're talking about dehydrating the body. Like it's not a thing to take lightly.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that one does crazy weight cuts, bro.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like crazy weight cuts.
Yeah, but that weight cutting experience must be brutal. And personally, look, I know for fighters, I can understand the psychology behind it because you want every possible advantage when you're going into a fight, right? You're risking your life every time you step into the cage, and you don't want to. Do we have his age there? 40. Shit. Competing at 40, that is wild.
But he still looks very young.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I looked like this at 40.
Yeah. Look at that hair, bro.
Yeah, and you're dehydrating the brain, you're dehydrating the mind, the body, and you're playing with your organs, and it's such a dangerous aspect. I don't agree with it. I don't think it should be there. As a fan looking in, I think, why doesn't everyone just go up a weight class? They'll compete better. The sport will look better.
Yeah.
You're running less risk of people literally fucking dying or going to the hospital because they have to do such heavy weight cuts. But
I think like we need more. Like if you look at boxing, they have more weight classes. Don't you reckon?
They have like
I
every 2
reckon we
kilos.
just need
2 kilos.
Every 2 kilos, I think.
Right.
every 2 kilos
You got like
there's weight
145, 147, 149. They
Right.
have so many belts.
class. I
Yeah.
reckon we didn't do this in the May. Like
Yeah.
in May we don't have much.
Yeah.
There's a big gap between every weight class. So it's either you go here or you go there. There's
You got what?
nothing in between for you.
62, 66, 70, 77.
That's like
What?
4 kilos.
Yeah.
70 to 77. What the fuck's happening there, you know?
Yeah.
That's a lot, bro.
And you got people in the top end of that range competing against people at the lower end of that range.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if people appreciate how much weight actually just plays into a fight and the advantage that has, especially in things like grappling. Like having a 5 kilo advantage of someone that you're just pressing down with your knee.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
a
hold
lot
them
of
down,
weight,
bro.
That's a lot of weight.
They're not going to do nothing.
No.
Someone 5 kilos lighter than you.
I think it was ONE FC that was doing like hydration tests on the fighters so that there was only they had to be within a certain range of hydration the day before the fight to make sure that they weren't dehydrating themselves too much. Yeah, I don't know. I just think the technology exists. I think there are avenues in which you could have safer fights, if you will, which is a ridiculous statement to make as it is, like safe fights.
Yeah.
You can't.
We're fighting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I
But in
mean,
the UFC, if you lose, I'm pretty sure if you miss weight the first time, I think you have to go like they give you a strike or something, and then if you miss the weight again, then you have to go up a weight class.
really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something like this in the UFC. Yeah, so I think they're trying to look out for the fighters.
Yeah, 100%. And like the thing about missing weight is for me, I find it disrespectful.
Yeah,
You're gonna make someone else go through an entire weight cut thing and just go 3 kilos over, like fuck.
It's a lot, 3 kilos. Yeah. Maybe a couple points, like point 0.2, 0.3, and fuck, I'll be alright. It's alright. 3 kilos, bro, you didn't even try.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, Liam Stefan missed weight with Fahud.
yeah, that was a lot.
It was a lot of weight.
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3.5 kilos. But I don't know. Like, what does it say about him?
Yeah. It's in itself, you know. 3.5 kilos.
And is he professional now?
Yeah, I think he fought on Eternal.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't
No?
think so. Not Eternal. The recent one?
Yeah.
Nah.
What was it?
I don't know.
Can you find out when Liam Stefan just fought? NIAM.
Fuck, hopefully he doesn't fucking miss weight in the
They won't be happy.
No.
What is his purse?
Well, that's what the UFC does. Like, if you miss weight, they'll fuck your purse. Like, they'll fuck with your money.
Yeah, but there's not that much money right now for no one.
But still, because
Now.
they're fighting for you, you know?
But when are you going to start taking weight cutting seriously?
I already take it serious.
No, but I'm saying in situations like that, like, okay, maybe now they can't touch your purse too much anyways, but you're going to start doing it when you get into the UFC? You're going to do your first weight cut when you get into the UFC?
Yeah.
Nah, that look bad on you. Like, your you're on the world stage and you're missing weight. That's horrible, bro. Lucky knock on wood.
Hopefully.
Imagine his first UFC fight, he doesn't make weight. They just play this clip
Nah, no
over
way.
again.
There's no way. There's no way.
Nah. We got good people.
We
behind
chop a
us.
leg off if we have to, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an option, right? Just like,
You lose a
Just get in
couple.
there one leg.
I beat him with one arm, bro.
Where's that Niam guy?
Yeah, where's he at? What am I searching? Just go on Instagram, Niam. NIAM. I think I follow him. Yes, he recently just fought on what promotion is that? I've never seen that before. Something Bushido. Is that MMA?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it's a cage.
Where the fuck did he fight?
Debut first.
And he won as well. Congratulations to him. There you go. He's a weird fighter.
Yeah, he's a weird cunt.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, bro.
He's good. Like when he fought Fahud, I was like, fuck, this guy's good. But he's not.
Not really, bro. Fahud wasn't there that day. Bro, fucking Niam Stevens is a fucking shit cunt, bro. Straight out, like, I sparred with Fahud and I fought Niam twice, yeah? Like, Fahud is a complete different fighter at the gym, bro. That day, he just, like Fahud said, he goes, bro, I lost before I went there. I was like, bro, you're not wrong. Bro, he just wasn't there for some reason. Or maybe the styles, I don't know. But I know how Fahud spars and I know how Niam fights. Bro, Fahud is you can't compare these two fighters, There's a lot. Fahud has so much knowledge.
Yeah.
Like his IQ is so good. Mm-hmm. Well, Niam doesn't have,
His movement is really what strikes me about him.
Bro, he's fucking fast.
Movement is fucking wild.
And he has I love his footwork as well.
Yeah.
Footwork.
He's on the bike. That's what he calls it. I'm on the bike, guys.
Yeah, but he just fucks with you, man. Like, I sparred with him yesterday, and like, there's one point, obviously, the skill difference is going to be so big between the two of us. But like, there's one point where he just had his hand there, like he was showing me that he was going to hook, and I'm like, fuck, like what? Like, and he's just so confident. He has so much swag when he fights.
Yeah. Isn't any fighter to watch, bro.
Yeah. He'll come back from that loss, for sure.
100%.
100%. I'll be interested to see what he does next.
See where he fights.
Should have a fight soon.
Do you guys have people that you look up to in the UFC in particular? Do you have people that you kind of go like, fuck, like that's... Do you idolize anyone?
Yeah, I've got a few fighters that I like their striking. Or, something about him I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Adesanya, you know what? I love the way he keeps his reach, his distance, he managed distance very good.
Yes.
Yes, I like Dan Hooker, he's good, There's a few people. I don't say I look up to them,
Yeah.
I just like their style.
Well, you kind of like almost look at them as competitors. Like,
Yeah,
fuck, I can do that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
One day, hopefully I'll be on that league.
Yeah. What about you, Armin?
I won't idolize none of them, but I like Peter Yan style. I just like, if you come forward, you throw punches.
Yeah.
But I don't look up to none of them.
Right.
Fuck that.
I think he asked, we just have our own style,
Yeah.
We just mixed up everything.
Yeah.
But whatever you want brawlers, we have at the gym, You want, technical
There's
fighters, we
something
have at the
about
gym.
that ATT DNA.
Yeah.
It's just like come forward and
Literally.
fucking throw, Like you see it in every fighter that comes out of there.
Yeah.
Like no pussies.
Nah.
You put too much hard work in to go out there and just not give it everything. That's why probably you see a lot of ATT boys go hard.
Just the way, the way we train.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Israel Adesanya, though, he is, in my opinion, on the Mount Rushmore. Like, he is great.
Yeah, no, he's bro.
He is great.
He has very, very good kickboxing. That's, I don't think he would be that good if he didn't have that kickboxing background.
No.
Well,
he wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, well.
Even
Just
against...
have piece his shots, keep that distance.
Yeah, it's almost aerobic, like the way his flexibility, his efficiency when he fights you. He's so fucking efficient. He doesn't waste a single punch. Everything that he's throwing has intent. It has purpose. It has a reason behind it.
Yeah, you're right.
And he reads fights so well. His awareness in the cage is fucking incredible. There's nothing you can throw at that guy that he's not slipping or ducking or sliding. You know, and with cockiness as well, with his hands down, he's like, "Yep, fuck you, not
Fuck,
today."
that'd be annoying. Find someone like this, bro. It just fucking
Yeah.
run through.
It's too tall, bro.
Did you guys watch the recent with Rob Whittaker?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Oh, wow. That was a good fight, bro. Like, look, it's very hard to take him down, you know? He keeps his range very good. But, fuck, I reckon Rob could have done better. Like, you know? He done good, you know? He's not fighting someone bum. He's not fighting some shit cunts, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, he's fighting a world-class fighter. But I
Well,
reckon,
the champion.
Yeah.
The champion.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so I reckon, I don't know, probably could have kept him down because he shot, I'm pretty sure he shot for takedowns like a few times.
Yeah.
He missed a couple, got one of them, but he couldn't keep him down. As soon as Izzy touched the ground, boom, he was back up.
Yeah.
He was doing it very, very good.
I think that's something Izzy doesn't get enough credit for is just his takedown defense and his ability to spring back up, you know?
Wow, that was crazy. Every time he touched the ground, he was back up.
Yeah.
That was very good. He kept his distance.
Yeah. And, you know, I think you could definitely make the case that Rob could have done better. I thought he fought a smart fight. I thought he fought well. I don't think he fought a championship fight. It didn't look like he had that blood in his eyes, like he wasn't hungry enough for it. But then again, who the fuck am I to criticize Rob Whittaker, right?
No, you're right. You're right.
Could be.
Because I know it's very disputed. Like a lot of people were saying Rob should have won, but it's like you didn't catch Izzy on his best day either. You didn't see peak Izzy there. Like he was very much on cruise control, I would say at times. Like he was still pressing forward and dominating the cage, and like he had the center of the cage pretty much the entire fight. But it's not like we saw crazy wheel kicks or spinning back fists or, you know, flying knees or elbows, something, things that have become signature to Israel Adesanya.
I think he played the safe side.
Very much
Like
so.
trying to be so safe.
Yeah.
And, like he's holding a world title as well, you know. I don't think anyone would want to lose it that easy, you know. Do something stupid and then end up getting knocked out or
Could
something.
get clipped.
Yeah.
And he was probably so aware of the Rob's wrestling background as well. Like that was
Yeah.
probably playing a lot into his mind.
Yeah, but honestly, it looked like he's been working on his wrestling a lot.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he touched the ground, bro, he was back up. I was like, wow, this is gonna take him down. And actually, I made a bet, and I'm fucking against was what's his name, Bam Bam. I said he was gonna win by a TKO and knockout.
Yeah.
Got the TKO, and then what was it, Rob by submission. And that was gonna pay a lot.
Ah,
But then
so
I don't get it.
close.
Rob let you down.
Yeah.
Robbie, what the fuck? Yeah, Bam Bam's another one. He's
Wow.
great.
He's sick. Cunt.
He's an upcoming
I like
fighter.
him.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's such a Westie.
Yeah.
He's such a Westie. Who else is going to fucking get on top of the cage and do shoeies?
Nah, no one. They'll get
Best
told
in the
off. They're
West.
probably too scared.
Nah, fuck, this is a different type of fighter, man.
Yeah. And I mean, he was eating shots on that guy. Who did he have? It was it Derek Lewis?
Yeah.
He fought Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
He was eating heavy shots from Derek Lewis. There was a point in that fight where I was like, oh, Bam Bam's done.
Yeah, he was done.
He was done.
I think he got rocked. It looked like he got rocked.
He got rocked.
Yeah, he was wobbly in
They're
that.
big
And
boys,
then
bro.
And then he
not much.
got up and then boom with the elbow drops him. It was
Yeah.
hectic.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's good to see that more fighters are coming out of Australia and more fighters are making a name for the scene.
Yeah,
You know.
100%. And I think it's good for us as well.
More attention for us,
Yeah.
you know.
Scouts are probably looking a lot more closer now, seeing
maybe.
what's happening down in Australia. Oh, what's that urban fight night thing? What's going
Yeah,
on?
because
there?
come sign us.
I saw Volkanovski was at the UFN 27.
Which one? Orient Center.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would have had some fighters.
yeah, he had some fighters there.
Yeah.
So you know,
Didn't he fight one of our guys?
Who?
One of their guys?
No, I don't think so.
No, not that time.
Oh, my first fight, yeah. But we're not talking about that. Yeah. That he probably had some fighters on that night, you know?
yeah, because his gym is out in Wollongong, I think, or somewhere far. And they all came out, but it was just cool. It was just like, oh fuck, Volkanovski's here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, fucking
he seems
another
down
world
to earth,
champion.
you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, another world champion there. I think he's fighting soon, isn't he?
Against Korean Zombie?
Does he have Korean Zombie?
I think so.
Can you find out Alexander Volkanovski, his next fight?
Yeah, that's going to be a war, I reckon.
Yeah, but I reckon Alex will knock him out, bro. Because don't forget, he's getting old. Korean Zombie.
Korean
you know?
Zombie, yeah. He's been hit a lot as well.
How much more damage can he take?
You can't.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's where he got the name Korean Zombie, was that he'd just come forward and like no matter what you threw at him, he'd just keep being there.
How do you spell your last name?
Volkanovski, V-O.
He would have lost so much brain cells.
Who? Korean
That
Zombie?
first
Yeah,
one.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
What do you mean he's been knocked out like a few times?
Because I seen that last time someone was spinning elbowed him.
Like,
Boom.
wow.
Put him to sleep.
Can you just see if when his next scheduled fight is? Just type in next fight. Yeah, do you guys ever worry about that? The CTE side of things?
Not really. Straight out, nah, not really.
Bring this a little bit closer, my man. Yeah.
Nah, not really, man.
No?
Yeah. I don't know, we signed up for it.
Mm.
We know what's going to happen, you know.
Like,
If
obviously,
it's meant to happen, it will happen, you know. Not worried at all.
obviously, you don't want to get hit too much. Like, bro, if I get hit a lot in a sparring session, I'll be like, fuck. Like, I got to not get hit as much. I'll be thinking about it. But I'm not worried, like, fuck, my brain's going to be mashed up or something. I don't care about that.
Right.
That doesn't bother me.
Hopefully you'll be alright.
She'll be right.
Make it past 40, 50, I'm happy.
Yeah. It's it kind of comes with the territory, you know. But I know because I've driven home from sparring sessions with like mild headaches or stuff like that. I think I'd probably be getting hit a lot more than you guys anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, oof, that's something I gotta be aware about. Like it's a real thing. Like when you see those 40 to 50-year-old fighters and you can just tell there's like that slurring of words or like they're kind of spaced out a little bit. You're like, oh.
Bro, you shouldn't be getting punched in the head. That's where your brain is. You shouldn't be getting hit there.
In the first place.
Yeah, so one time is too much. So maybe that's why, you feel your head was all messed up that day.
Yeah.
You're not used to it,
Bro, concussions are a bit bad.
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm going to be like Muhammad Ali, you know?
Fuck that.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think the real answer to that is like you have to know when to get out.
Yeah.
You know, like I think when you really start to see those fighters go for one more fight.
Yeah, but you can't.
One more fight.
Yeah.
One more fight. And look, that one more fight is what got you there in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that you beat that guy, you're like, all right, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? But once you've had that career and once you've experienced whatever you experienced, whether you become a champion or not, or whether you made the UFC or not, there has to come a point in time in a fighter's career where they go, okay, what else is there?
Yeah, you're right, man.
Because then you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Then you're just asking for brain damage.
You can't cop a lot of heat, man. Especially like the older you get, your body doesn't handle it. Like, your weight cuts will be harder for you. You fighting, you copping a hit will be even, like, it wouldn't take much to, knock you out or anything, Just, you get old.
That happens to
scary.
fighters a lot once they get knocked out.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more hesitation, or I've heard that like fighters that have been knocked out once get knocked out a lot easier because their brain kind of just knows that switch now and knows that it exists, so it hits it faster.
Nah, you're right what you're saying, but doesn't work like, and if you get iced like bad, you could lose your chin, we say. Like you lose your chin, you get punched, a little punch, and then you drop. Yeah, you're right. That could happen. You could lose your chin. So guys, try not to get knocked out.
Have you guys ever been rattled, knocked?
No, I've been rocked.
Yeah.
But not knocked out.
Wow.
Luckily, nothing so far.
Yeah.
Touch wood, huh?
Yeah.
It is what it is, it's part of the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next, boys? What's coming up?
Ooh, Urban Fun Night, June,
June?
Yeah, June. I think June 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Maybe
we'll
fighting.
see.
Hopefully fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? Why weren't you on the last card?
Last one, but I think I had an opponent, and he got injured after his fight, so then that got cancelled, and just
Like injured or like injured?
Nah, I think he broke his hand.
Right. Okay.
I don't think you can. Hopefully, you can't fake that.
No, he did because he fought a different promotion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he broke his hand
Yeah.
after his fight, and he won that fight.
So he won the fight and then
Yeah.
just broke his hand?
No, during the fight he broke
Oh,
his hand.
shit. He won the fight with a broken hand.
I think so.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, after that one got cancelled. Nothing got sorted out, So I just didn't get a fight. I was watching Hayder and the boys fight, bro. I wish I
But
fought
did no
that
one
night.
else come up and no one else?
I don't think so.
Really?
Well, Suman would have asked for sure. Suman would have
No,
put my name out there.
Simon's very diligent. I've
Yeah.
no doubt that he's putting your name out there.
If Suman tells me if I got a fight, train harder.
Listen, when you've got the whole crowd going like fucking that, like Simon's like, yeah, fuck more of that,
Yeah.
100%.
Just gotta get the fights in now.
Yeah.
Be consistent,
Do you ever get worried that people might get a bit scared of you? People might
No.
duck?
Bro, we're fighting at the end of the day. Like, what are you ducking? You have to fight someone else anyway. What's the difference? Just come fight me.
Yeah, but you're good.
I don't know. I guess. Maybe. Like, I hope they don't feel like that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up if it is.
Yeah.
I want to fight too, bro.
I'm like, fuck, I'm not getting a fighting show. I'm not getting
Nah,
a fight.
I don't think that's the case, though.
Right.
I don't think anyone's ducking. It's too early. Like, I've only had 3 fights. What are you ducking, bro?
Yeah, but you're good, man, and you win dominantly. Like, you're 3-0, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. 3-0 is a lot.
It's all right. We got a lot to do. We still got a lot to do, you
We
know?
just started.
Yeah, bro.
So, Urban, what are you up to now? 29?
30.
30.
Yes, I found that 29.
30. If she says 30, cuz it's 30.
Urban
the next one's
30,
gonna be
June
30,
4.
Yeah.
Any ideas on who you want to take? Anyone you want to...
But honestly, I don't know. I think someone's doing something, you know?
Right.
He's searching somewhere.
Right.
I don't know. So hopefully, if we get a fight, happy. If not, more time to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a fair bit of injuries, trying to recover.
What happened?
Well, I just came from the chiropractor. Yeah, just touch-ups.
Yeah, like what?
A bit of service done. Keeping the body up to date.
But nothing like structural, like no broken elbows,
I just
nothing
hurt
like
my
that.
elbow, a week out before my fight.
Really?
Yeah, thanks to Alex. Yeah, and just healing now,
Right.
It's getting better. But you know what? If I get a fight, I'll fight. If not, like, I'll just train,
Yeah,
Get
fine
better.
tune that blade.
Literally.
Do you ever see yourself going into other promotions like Eternal more for like a long term kind of thing? Or do you want to stick with UFN all the way through?
Look, it's only Eternal, It's, Nah, I will never do that, It's, at the end of the day, I'm from Sydney,
Yeah.
Like me traveling and going for my fights. If you're a fighter, you know the struggle that you do, Especially you cutting weight and you flying to a different state, And then going to finish your free weight cut done there, it's ugly, bro. It's a mission,
Yeah.
So I will never do that, bro.
Yeah. UFN all the way through.
Fucking over.
No, I only ask because I know that Eternal, the way their business model works is, and the way they kind of guarantee fights is that they sign fighters exclusively on these exclusive deals. So as an amateur or as a pro, you can only fight on Eternal cards. And I know they are a little bit lenient. Like I know Michael Barber? I know that he's signed to Eternal, but they let him fight on the UFN against Darwin. Didn't end up coming through anyways. But yeah, that's kind of like the way they conduct business.
I don't know. I just find it a bit, dumb.
Yeah.
Like me looking at it, I think they're just trying to keep their fighters away from everyone else. So they can build up things. I don't know. But yeah, no, I don't mind. I'll fight there, but not like sign with them because there's a lot more other opportunities around as well.
Yeah.
And
at the end of the day, you just need fights.
Yeah.
That's it. You just need fights.
pretty much, and you can get them even back out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up. Is there anything you boys want to drop? Instagram handles, TikToks. I know you guys pump the socials a fair bit. Mad fight. Let's pull up some of your fight photos. Actually, do we have any footage here?
The first video I just posted.
First video. Let's see this.
Yeah, that's their recent fight.
Okay, is this a full fight?
Nah,
Just the clips?
Yeah, I was bored at home. I said, you know what?
Lower the little volume a little bit, Sion. This is mad.
Boom.
Yeah, just a little video.
Hey, look, the boys are in the back.
Wow, you really fucking just dominated every aspect.
Fuck, bro, I hit him hard here with the overhand after, and he did a jump. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, look at Simon.
Damn. That belt looking nice and shiny.
That on me.
Damn. And no, that's Niam's. Do we have Armin's there? There we go. King Kong ATT. So, Hayder, your Instagram is
Smiling Assassin.
Smiling Assassin.
Yeah, search me up.
I like that. And then, of course, we've got King Kong ATT. Have we got any footage here of you?
I don't know, probably.
Oh, there's a
think
video
there's
just there. There we go. When was this fight?
This was Luna Park.
This is Luna Park.
Bro, this was a hectic event.
Nice, man. Well,
Is this your first or second fight?
Second fight.
Second fight. Nice overhand.
Bro, I
there.
was so nervous before this fight.
You don't look it. He's got very long range. Oh my god! Holy shit! Wait, what? Wait, can you run that back, please?
yes, that's how it
Guys,
started.
yeah, I don't even remember none of this straight up.
That's how it started. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I mean, you just went fucking ham on him because I was gonna say he's got a very good range advantage on you. Like you really had to come in.
Listen to Ash. Listen to what he says. Ready? You hear him in the back.
King Kong,
Yeah.
King Kong.
And that was that. They told me that just
fucking
before the
dropped
fight.
Did you just fuck off the ref as well?
That was an accident. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I went and apologized to him, after. But you just lose your head. You just go.
Yeah. So much tension and
Yeah.
energy.
Bro, there's so much pressure on yourself.
King Kong ATT on Instagram. Anything else you guys want to plug?
No, bro.
No, we're good, bro. Appreciate
Listen-
it for being asked.
No, of course,
Yeah,
man.
thanks, bro.
Thank you for coming on. And be sure to watch these two fighters. I think we've got some really fucking exciting times ahead for them.
Stay tuned.
All right, guys, that's it.